Today we are finally taking a look at Death Grip's Black Magic. Now Black Magic is of course a black mustache wax that comes in two different holds. Either you can get it in the extremely strong hold Death Grip, or you can get it in just a little bit lighter hold of Sudden Death, which is what I got in my 1 ounce tin. Now, of course, I have reviewed both Death Grip as well as Sudden Death in the past, and I expected this hold to be the same. So if you're interested in how the hold was, my thoughts on it, as well as the specifications like the ingredients and such, you can go ahead and check out those videos as well. I do believe that the only change in the Black Magic to those waxes is, of course, the pigmentation of the Black Magic. Now, of course, my mustache is not black, but let's go ahead and use this anyway and see what happens. One thing that I do suggest, if you're going to be using the Black Magic like I just did to color a mustache, make sure that you have a nice comb as well as a blow dryer, because you really do need to warm up that wax and comb it through to make sure that you are covering at least the majority of the hairs with some of the Black Magic to be able to kind of get a nice even black mustache. Otherwise, you do end up with more streaks in it. And just like that, I now have a black mustache that should hold me all day and maybe even into tomorrow if needed. However, I would suggest not sleeping on a pillow with a mustache that is colored with a mustache wax, because, well, it is bound to come off. Looking in the mirror here that I've got underneath the camera, I can see that there are a few hairs and there is a little bit of a brownish tint, so I probably could put a little bit more wax in it to really cover all of that up extremely well, but I think that I've got enough wax in it right now, and it is blended out nice enough that it's just kind of a dark brown instead of my lighter brown mustache. Now, I didn't put quite as much as I could in it, just because with the tackiness of this hold, it can get a little bit hard to actually style it when there's that much wax in it. So there are a few little highlights around there, but if you're using this to color your mustache, you can absolutely do it just like I did. Another thing that I noticed when I'm applying this is that you do need to go back and make sure that you remove any of it that may have gotten on your face during application, because you don't want to be walking around with a little black mark on your faces. That's just going to draw attention that you are using a black wax. Now, of course, this isn't going to trick anybody, because, well, I've got a light brown to blonde beard, and obviously my eyebrows aren't colored. Now, I could put a little bit in there and it would help match things up a little bit, but I think if I ever do use a wax that is colored like this, it's gonna be to play a character or something. So I do think this is a good wax if you have a black mustache. I don't think I'd want to spend quite as much time applying it to my mustache if I was gonna do that every day. Now, I think this covers pretty well. As you guys can see here, if I just put a little bit in, it pretty much just darkens my mustache a little bit, and then if I put more in, you get what I have here, which I think looks pretty decent. Now, I think anybody that has a black mustache, this is definitely going to be a go-to for you, because you already have a black mustache and aren't gonna have to apply as much as I do to get the cover that I need. Now, at the time of this recording, Black Magic is actually the same price as any of the other waxes in the Death Grip lineup, right about that $17, $16 range, which honestly I think is a good price for what they deliver. Now, I'd like to know down in the comment section, what color wax would you like to see? It can be any of your normal color hair, or pick one off the rainbow for all I care. Now, as I mentioned, Black Magic comes in two different holds. You can see the Death Grip right here and the Sudden Death below it. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.